Well, how about this place, Brogo Dam, 45 minutes drive from Tathra, an absolutely gorgeous spot. And I'm fishing with local Darren Redmond, who guides in the area, on the lake and down in the estuaries. Darren, this place is pretty special for you, isn't it, mate?
Yes, Rob. Back in the early 80s, I caught my first bass out of here, about a 2.5 pound fish. And since then, I've been part of instigating a stocking program over the last 10 years, and we've put some 250,000 in.
250,000, well, we should be able to catch at least one. Well, first fish of the morning, Darren's hooked up here. Just swing him over here so we can get a bit of a look at him, Darren. You're telling me the scientific name for him, mate?
Yeah, Fullimus hardimus. That little fella just absolutely smacked that lure.
You really think that that fish was about 3 times that size? They are one of the hardest fighting freshwater fish in Australia by a country mile. They're really little ambush predators. I'll just get him up there and look at that guy there. What a beautiful little fish.
That's about a 2-year-old fish, Rob, probably going into its 3rd year, part of the stocking program. You can see the success we've been having.
We'll get him back in the water and keep on casting. Got another one there, Darren.
Yeah, another nice little fish, around that same size bracket.
Now, these little bass here, I mean, part of stocking these fish into the lake is to take the pressure off the wild ones in the stream.
Yeah, also too, mainly to give the general public an area where they can come and catch a bass.
Yep. Pretty
easily. Like, most people have protected their bass spots over the years.
Yeah.
And now we've got a fishery that all the public can enjoy and come in and have what we're having here this morning.
So you can come here without having to go into private property. You can camp here. You can use canoes here. You can use powerboats up to 8 knots. You can use petrol motors here. And yeah, it is a very user-friendly environment. It's very, very popular. There's another Australian bass. Bit of a success story, mate, that's for sure.
It definitely is, Rob.
We've pulled up on the bank to stretch our legs and check out what the Brogo bass actually feed on. Darren, it's a smorgasbord, mate.
It is. We've got a lot of different minnows here, mud eyes, shrimp, and this is what all these fish feed on in this system and makes them such a good, healthy system.
And in particular, there's a lot of minnows, and while you could match those minnows with a lure or fly and it'd work, we're having really good results, and you often do have good results on bigger lures, big diving minnows that are loud, noisy things and look nothing like those little minnows that the bass actually fatten up on.
Yeah, well, it's a 1 in a million chance if you put something out that resembles them, whereas if you give them something a bit different and they're in an active feeding mood, yep, they'll quite often just pounce on it.
Well, there you have it. Sometimes you don't actually match the hatch.
Once you've selected your lure, you need to cast it into the right place. Then use the correct technique if you want to catch an Aussie bass.
The sorts of lures we're using here are known as floating diving lures. You get them in the water. Once it's hit the water, a couple little jiggles, just in case there's a bass looking at it. Give him a chance to bite it. If he doesn't come onto it within 3 or 4 seconds, you pull it down and go about a medium pace, hoping for a fish that's maybe a bit deeper. But the cast in the first place is most important, isn't it, Darren?
It is at the moment, Rob. We've got the water levels very high, and all that bait fishing that we were talking about there earlier is right up in amongst the grass and the reeds, and the fish are just waiting on the edge of that to ambush them as they come out.
So your casts have got to be spot on.
Brogo Dam has an extensive catchment running back into the magnificent Brogo wilderness. It's naturally beautiful country and one of the most scenic impoundments I've fished.
Another bass there, Darren. Get him up here, another 28, 30 centimetre bass. Just behind us here is Evil Man Rock, also known as the keeper of the bass, Darren.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Some of the guys from the bass comp named it that, and as you say, there's one he's kept for us.
Well, I've had a fantastic time up here. It is an absolutely gorgeous spot with plenty of bass. It really is a pushover, but if you don't know where to start, people can find you at burmefishinghut.com.au, Darren.
That's correct, mate.
He guides up here and down along the coast as well, and I highly recommend it.